What's up? Today we got a little bit of crazy price action on the GameStop stock. So I wanted to share my screen on it and we can take a look together because uh, we're holding it inside the portfolio and this is Roblox today. We talked about Roblox yesterday, so now you can see that it opened up here underneath our buy area. If we had big cojones, we would short it here. Like you could, because in my in the theory that I trade, this now becomes red, so it's easier to understand. And like now you can see that we're expecting, or I wouldn't even turn it red yet, to be honest, man. But you get the point. It turns red and it becomes a rejection area. It's almost like you would, this one right here actually would have a red box on it. It would do like this. And that would indicate that this in this zone of this rejection area. So if you wanted to be early on it, you could maybe make this red and say like, okay, it's going to reject. But me, I'm ready for it to hang out right here because I want to start buying it again. So that's honestly what I want. But we're gonna look at GameStop because we got to move after hours. One thing that is just so annoying about this is that we have these lower wicks down to $2 or $3 every single night. That just completely disorients the rate, like the aspect ratio of the chart. It's annoying. But we're gonna do a full. We're gonna do a quick full breakdown on GameStop and what happened because it's interesting because GameStop is partially responsible for the reason why I'm interested in investing. Let me get some more light. Yeah, there's a little bit more. So when the GameStop thing happened, when it did, we're gonna do a daily chart, 15 years. Is that okay? Nice. So when the GameStop thing happened, uh, I was looking at the stock. I think they did a stock split because this thing was worth like $500. But I remember here during these days of wait, where are we? Oh my goodness. Um, in these days here. Oh, this is 2021. Perfect. What is back here? What chart? What? So I remember like talking or hearing about GameStop when it was making these squeezes here. When it made this move from $4 to $10, that actually was different numbers. And then because I was mildly interested in investing, I had already been buying cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and number of others. But anyway, it jumped up and actually made some crazy price action here. This was in 2021, and since rules, regulations, many things have changed in the market. And during this time, I was learning how to trade, losing money, paying market tuition, and it was brought to my attention again. Like, this is crazy how it looks like nothing is happening because really nothing was happening. I remember seeing it sometimes, like through on Twitter or whatever, but it wasn't really too crazy. It was in a solid downtrend. And the Roaring Kitty stuff is cool too. So, speaking of Roaring Kitty, a moment happened here. We're gonna go back to a month chart, a week chart. So the Roaring Kitty made an announcement. Here's the original stuff. It died off. Roaring Kitty made some kind of announcement. It was hype, dude. I bought into this based on his announcement. I was hyped. Like this man, he was a bat signal, dude. Come on. So I fucking bought some, and I made some decent gains in my IRA portfolio. And as a nod to these gains I made, will leave GME inside that IRA forever. And I hope that GameStop becomes something beneficial to gamers because I fuck with games. Look what I have here. Anyways, so after this happened, it applies to my method of investing where if the stock is not going to fall below this $20 point, I don't really have a reason to sell it. If the fundamentals of the business haven't changed and and they're actively making poking and prodding at the world to make changes and gain market share or customers, which they've done with the crazy gambling card thing and stuff. So like that's cool. I like that kind of stuff. And then here I see that they've potentially made an offer at eBay that I predicted. I was thinking they have $10 billion in cash. The cash is burning. Cash is sucks. No one wants to have cash. That's part of the reason why I'm created this investment portfolio, is because why would I put cash into an account? I might as well buy something cool with it. Um, so I'm investing, and I'm off on a tangent. I do have a lighter right here. I'm going to grab my. I'm going to grab nicotine. So what we're looking at is the GameStop is not breaking our thesis here, where it's like if it's going to stay above $20, our price average is somewhere around $20. Let's just keep hanging on to it, and if the business does do something, then we're in a good position. So $30 is a spot where it's kind of like emotional, because this $30 mark here is where the highs occurred, where we had a break and a retest later, where a lot of traders felt like conviction that this thing was going to climb higher. And so $30 is a pretty big psych level, both mentally and technically on this chart. But there's some smaller levels in between. This stock is heavily, heavily manipulated. I'll say it. I mean, there's been derivatives created. There's been warrants. There was a GME 2X T-Rex thing that existed at some point and doesn't anymore. These are tactics used to do whatever, man. I've learned about this shit through stupid documentaries on pharmaceutical companies, because that's the ones that really pay the price. Anyways, we're here. We're at these points, and they're going to do some shit, and they're going to try to get some traders to invest in some options or some warrants, and they're going to move it around. But essentially, if the market wins and the people who are buying the stock, if the retail sentiment or whoever the fuck it wants to create, who wants to buy this, I mean, if they buy eBay, that's probably pretty hype, I guess. I've traded eBay before, but 30 is a big level. I'm not taking this stock before we go to eBay. I'm not taking this thing seriously until I see it above our our local tops here at $35. If it holds overnight at $35, we're good. Deal. $35. 35. Other than that, buy it at fucking 20. Buy it at 20 or take a risk. Let's look at eBay. And now eBay looks hot, man. eBay's a company that the market obviously likes. So if they do make an offer at eBay, yeah, it would probably be pretty damn cool, considering this is a $100 stock and uptrending for the past 3 years. Let's take it back even further to a 15-year chart. An incredible break in retest of previous high. It's just this stock looks bullish. The stock just looks bullish. And eBay seems to be reacting well to it. It looks like there might be good news in the market. We'll see. Peace.